Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. And today we're going to be looking at something with, I think, some pretty huge global consequences.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be talking about Canada's changing role in the energy market.
Okay.
So we've got a stack of sources here, reports, analyses, even some firsthand accounts,
Interesting.
all pointing to a pretty major shift away from relying solely on the U.S. as their energy customer.
Interesting.
So it's a fascinating story and one that I think you'll definitely want to be in the loop on.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are talking about this. And, what's really interesting to me is that Canada's history as a major energy supplier, especially to the U.S., is only one part of the story.
Right.
We're actually seeing a deliberate strategy kind of unfolding here, one that could reshape the global energy landscape.
Yeah. Okay, so let's set the stage here.
Sure.
We all know that Canada's been kind of the U.S.'s go-to for energy for decades. Oil, natural gas, the
Oh,
works.
yeah, for sure.
I'm curious, why has this reliance been so beneficial for the U.S.?
Well, I think it really boils down to stability and affordability.
Okay.
Having a reliable neighbor right there pumping out the energy that they need has allowed the U.S. to maintain pretty low energy prices
Sure.
and avoid the kind of volatility that other countries face.
Yeah.
Think about it. Over half of U.S. oil imports come from Canada, and nearly all of their natural gas is imported from their northern neighbor.
Wow.
That's a huge economic advantage for sure.
Yeah, it's been this cozy energy partnership for years, but things are starting to change, right?
They are, yeah.
Like, I remember those tariffs that the Trump administration imposed a while back, 25% on various Canadian products and then 10% specifically on oil.
Right.
Could that be kind of what kickstarted this shift that we're seeing?
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
think those tariffs were a real wake-up call for Canada.
Yeah, okay.
They realized that, putting all their energy eggs in the U.S. basket might not be the best long-term strategy.
Right.
Now, this isn't about desperation, though.
Yeah.
Canada's making a calculated move to diversify their customer base and solidify their position on the global energy stage.
And they've set some pretty ambitious goals, right? Like boosting non-US exports by 50% by 2025.
Yeah.
That's huge. Is that even realistic? Like, what would it take to actually pull that off?
Yeah. It's a bold target, for
Mhm.
sure, but it's not as far-fetched as it might sound.
Okay.
Canada has some key things working in their favor.
Okay.
First, they've got diverse resources.
Right.
It's not just oil and gas. We're
Mm.
talking minerals, clean electricity, and a rapidly growing LNG sector.
Wow.
All this makes them very attractive to a much wider range of potential customers.
So they're not just relying on those traditional energy sources anymore.
Exactly. They're branching out, which is smart, and it's attracting investment, breathing new life into their industries.
Okay.
Second, the demand for their products is growing, especially in regions like the EU and Asia.
Right.
These markets are looking for reliable, stable energy